Welcome to Sax Reacts, to this theater we call the world. So step inside and enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Sax Reacts. Thanks for stopping back by again. Really appreciate y'all being here, that's for sure. Y'all know this is episode number 7. You know how we do it, man. We always got to start off with a little bit of positivity, a little motivation. Step in this house with some smiles and leave this house with some smiles. That's how we do it around here. But without further ado, y'all, let's get this show started.
Everybody wants to be great until they see the invoice. Greatness will cost you sleep. It'll cost you comfort. It'll cost you being liked by everybody. And the truth is, most people aren't willing to pay it. See, we love the idea of the trophy, but we hate the process. We love the story of the champion, but we want to skip the chapters where they were overlooked, rejected, and tested. But you can't skip it. You can't borrow greatness. You've got to earn it in private, when nobody's clapping, when nobody's checking, when nobody's posting about you. That's the real proving ground. Those nights when you want to quit but choose to stay. Those mornings when you're tired but you get up anyway. Every rep you push, when it doesn't feel worth it, that's when you're making the down payment on your dream. And when the day comes, when you finally walk into that moment you've been fighting for, it won't be luck, it won't be magic, it won't be coincidence. It'll be because you looked at the price tag of greatness and you paid it in full.
Well, there you go, y'all. Remember, all that hard work you putting in, it's going to pay off. But there ain't no shortcuts. Got to put in the work. All right. Well, now let's get into the bulk of this madness. Here we go. Let's keep it moving.
But an experiment is not a public opinion poll. It examines behavior under the pressure of social forces, as the experiment of Solomon Asch reveals.
The experiment you'll be taking part in today involves the perception of lengths of lines. As you can see here, I have a number of cards, and on each card there are several lines. Your task is a very simple one. You're to look at the line on the left and determine which of the 3 lines on the right is equal to it in length. All right, we'll proceed in this order. You'll give your answer.
Only one of the people in the group is a real subject, the 5th person with the white t-shirt. The others are confederates of the experimenter and have been told to give wrong answers on some of the trials. The experiment begins uneventfully as subjects give their judgments.
2, 2, 2, 2,
2,
3,
3,
3, 3,
But on the 3rd trial, something happens.
2,
2,
2,
2,
2.
The subject denies the evidence of his own eyes and yields to group influence.
1,
Asch found subjects went along with the group on 37% of the critical trials. But he found through interviews that they went along with the group for different reasons.
1,
1.
They must be right. There are 4 of them and 1 of me.
1.
This subject's yielding is based on a distortion of his judgment. He genuinely believes that the group is correct.
1,
1. 1. 2.
1,
2.
2,
2.
I know they're wrong, but why should I make waves?
2.
In this case, the subject knows he is right, but goes along to avoid the discomfort of disagreeing with the group. Here, the distortion is at the level of his response.
2. 2. 2. 2.
In the previous experiment, the naive subject stood alone against the group. In this variation, Asch gave the naive subject a partner, here seated in the 3rd position, who also gives the correct response.
1. 1. 2. 1.
2.
With a partner, yielding drops to only 5% of the critical trials compared to 37% without a partner. Although subjects report warmth and good feeling toward the partner, they typically deny that he played a role in their own independence. The partnership variation shows that much of the power of the group came not merely from its numbers, but from the unanimity of its opposition. When that unanimity is punctured, the group's power is greatly reduced. Sometimes we go along with a group because what they say convinces us they are right. This is called informational conformity. But sometimes we conform because we are apprehensive that the group will disapprove if we are deviant. This is called normative conformity. The strength of the normative factor is shown in another variation carried out by Ash. In this variation, the subject is told that because he had arrived late, he would have to write his answers. Subjects in this private response experiment are exposed to the same amount of misleading information as other subjects, but they are immune from any possible criticism by the group.
One.
And this enormously reduces the pressure to conform. Conformity drops by 2/3. Ash's experiment is a classic. It reveals how people will deny what they see and submit to group pressure. It allows us not only to observe conformity, but to study the conditions that increase or reduce its occurrence.
And that right there, y'all, is why the powers that be own all the media stations. That's why the Mockingbird media is such a big deal. People are so scared to stand out on their own and go against the grain, afraid to be ridiculed, or people think they're crazy or whatever. This stuff is they put science behind all this stuff. These people got endless pockets. They don't run out of money. They print the money, so they gonna have all the research on anything they need to figure out how to mentally control people. So you can't be weak out here, y'all. You gotta be strong. Stand on principles. Stand on your own too, and help other people open their eyes, so that they can see, because a lot of changes they gotta be made. Let's keep it going.
You're such a conspiracy theorist. Thanks. And you're not? You're not? No, I'm not stupid. I don't just follow trends on social media. I listen to my government. They never lie to me. Why would I want to be a conspiracy theorist? You're joking, right? You do understand everything that you think you know. Keyword think you know is literally propaganda or some type of fabricated history that they've told you, because once you control the history, you can control the future. Typical conspiracy theorist line. Typical. You're telling me right that you don't believe anything the government has told you. You don't believe about the vaccines. You don't believe about COVID. You don't believe about the wars going on in Israel or Ukraine, or you don't believe anything that has been reported on. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying the things that they're reporting on isn't true. I'm saying that the intentions on why they're reporting on what they're reporting on isn't true. For instance, the Federal Reserve. Do you even know who controls the Federal Reserve? Have you ever heard of the IMF? Or let's not even talk about the money. How about the fine instruments or tools that they use for scientific research, like CERN, HARP, Ice Cube Neutrino? What do you think these devices are for? And why does dry ice drop out the sky? Like, explain to me that. Why hasn't the JFK files been released 60, 70 years after his assassination? Why have the Epstein files not been released? Like, come on. Why is it that we got to watch Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's trial, but we couldn't watch Ghislaine Maxwell? That's what I'm saying. The world's a stage. They only want you to know what they want you to know. And anything they tell you that is conspiracy is because they want to distract you. Wait a minute. They didn't show the Ghislaine Maxwell trial? They haven't shown the Diddy trial either. But come on. And the IMF, who's that? I got a lot of questions now. Never heard of the International Monetary Fund? See, this is my point. Did you even know the Titanic fell with everyone who's opposed to the Federal Reserve? And the one Semitic banker, J.P. Morgan, happened to get off 5 minutes before departure? Like, none of this ever, makes you think, why did that happen? And was it a hit job?
See, now this is what makes y'all look crazy, because now you're trying to propagate to me that the Titanic was a hit job? It hit an iceberg. It sank.
Exactly. It hit an iceberg and sank. When have you known ice to cut steel? Exactly. Y'all don't think at what y'all listen to. And don't even get me started on 9/11. No, to be called a conspiracy theorist is actually someone I would rather be around. Because I now know that person isn't a bot, and he critically thinks, and just doesn't listen to what he's been told. You have a good day.
But was he wrong? Let's keep it going.
Look at this thing! Found near a lake, a pond, the edge of the ocean, I don't know. But it's big, it's white, and it's got a long neck. And it's hungry, baby. It wants the food, just like me.
My bad, y'all. That wasn't supposed to make the final cut on this video, but hey, look. Okay, well, there's that.
Yeah, Lil Nas X is cooked. But y'all, the video, his face, something going on, fool. He looked like he lost, did I really do this? I'm telling y'all, something was going on with Buddy. He was possessed to some shit, and I know why. Because he chose to be on the other side. Y'all see what happened when you go against God, right? Prime example. He has on Fruit of the Looms. His favorite candy is Fruities. He didn't mock God so many times, y'all. But y'all, look at this video and y'all tell me I'm not tripping. He just looked like, damn, I don't know what the hell was going on. Look at this man's face, y'all. He just looked like he dumbfounded, like he just lost for words. Like he really don't know what happened that night. Am I tripping? Look at him. He don't even look like the same person. Go back and watch that video when he was outside. That don't look like him, fool. They look like two different people. Tell me I'm lying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And I'm damn sure not flying. This man is now facing 4 counts. If he ever wanted to get out that system, he could go ahead and kiss that shit goodbye. They got that over his head. He's cooked.
Lil Nas X deserves everything he got coming to him. This life he trying to promote out here, these satanic rituals and this pedo stuff and this sexualization of everything. Nah, got zero love for you, brother. Have fun on the inside. You gonna fit right in there. You gonna make somebody else really happy to have you in your company.
They call it the Internet of Bodies. Not a conspiracy theory. It's a term used by the World Economic Forum, Rand Corporation, and leading biotech firms. The idea is simple. The first internet connected your computers. The second connected your devices, phones, cars, smart fridges. And the next phase is connecting your body. It starts with things where we already accept. Smartwatches, fitness trackers, even pacemakers that send data wirelessly. But it goes further. Digital pills that transmit a signal when swallowed. Biometric tattoos that can track vital signs. Brain-computer interfaces like Elon Musk's Neuralink. And all of it sending continuous streams of data into global networks. Supporters say it will revolutionize healthcare, safety, and efficiency. The World Economic Forum calls it a pathway to predictive and preventative health. But once your biology is online, it also becomes programmable. your heartbeat, your hormones, even your neuronal signals, all accessible and all potentially hackable. The RAND Corporation already warned in a 2020 report that the Internet of Bodies could create unprecedented risks to security and personal privacy. Yet governments, tech giants, and defense agencies continue to invest billions into it. This isn't about convenience, it's about ownership. Ownership of the human being at the biological level. The question is no longer whether your phone is listening to you. The question is, are you ready to live in a world where your body itself is logged in, monitored, and updated like a machine?
The sad thing is millions and millions of people will line up for this type of tech to be the first ones. Well, they lost. They cannot see.
So let me tell you about this really gruesome thing going on in my beloved home state of Colorado. And our governor's fingerprints are all over it. And it is the rewilding effort that's going on, which is also similar and tied in a way, if you will, to the carbon pipeline that's going on as a part of the new Green Deal. Both of them seek to take farmers and ranchers' land out from underneath them through eminent domain. Let me explain. So you've got these fanatics that show up at the Colorado State Parks and Wildlife Commission meeting. This guy like Glenn Parton, you can go Google him. You can listen to his whole spiel. He wants ranchers' land taken out from underneath them through eminent domain so that the wolf can live in harmony with nature. And people like Glenn, along with officials that our governor have put into power, want to turn agriculture land from here to the Dakotas and beyond into what's known as the American Serengeti, where no crops are grown, where it is just wildlife. There's no crop production, there's no meat production. Colorado's #1 industry is the beef industry. We back up to western Kansas, which is one of the cattle meccas of the world, and our governor seeks to shut down the beef industry through this whole deal. And that's the same as what's going on with this carbon pipeline that's kicking ranchers off their land in the Dakotas and beyond.
She's 100% correct. It's all about controlling the food. That's the whole purpose of all that. They are not trying to protect anything. They're trying to control the food, especially all the way across the regions where so much food is produced. And the Kansas thing is 100. So I was born in Colorado, in Denver, but I was raised in Kansas. I worked many meat packing plants. We are definitely the cattle producing state for sure. But yeah, again, it just all ties back to the fact that they want to control the meat source. And now, not just the meat source, but even crops, like it's getting scary, but it's all about control. If you control food, you control life, you control death.
Mr. Beast was asked, yo, you've been to Antarctica, right? He goes, yeah. Have you seen the ice wall?
Yeah. Have you ever been to Antarctica?
Yeah.
You believe in the ice wall?
And then he goes, yeah, I seen it. But I can't talk about it.
Yeah, I saw the ice wall.
Yeah, you saw it too. They were on the stream with XUC and Aiden Ross, and the XUC goes like, yeah, he's seen it. I seen it too.
Oh my god.
But yo, that guy's like, yeah, I know. Rich too. Yeah.
I can't say on the stream.
No way.
Whatever he saw, he said, I can't talk about it on the stream. Damn. So what are they hiding in Antarctica?
Yeah, I know. Let's just say you always need someone with you when you're in Antarctica.
Are you serious?
All the constant secrecy, especially when it comes to Antarctica. And Mr. Beast, now, you lost me at Mr. Beast. Nope, don't care if you're the #1 YouTuber ever or whatever. You was bound to be. Your name's Mr. Beast. You clearly represent the wrong side of the tracks for me, Mr. Beast.
The Project Bluebeam plays a major in the upcoming events, because a few weeks before the creators arrive, the Project Bluebeam will be launched. This will be the biggest deception known to mankind. It will start with a massive power failure around the world. All internet, light and phone communications will be shut down. the sky will be filled with holographic technology that will look so real you won't question it, and this is all getting prepared right now as we speak. They are already telling you on mainstream that what's coming is a threat to humanity. Then one has to ask, is where did they get this information from? Have they made in contact with them to come to this conclusion? Think about that and then ask yourself this: who should we really fear, the ones already here or the ones that are coming? Now, if you've seen the part 1, 2 and 3 of this video, then you will have a clearer picture of how all this is going to play out. And what if I told you that there is a mothership underneath the city of Gaza? I will explain more about this in the next video titled, They Have Arrived.
These next few clips are all tying in this alien thing, you know, in this Project Blue.
Mysterious space object is hurtling towards Earth, and while it could just be a comet, a renowned theoretical physicist is pushing the possibility that it could be a nuclear-powered spacecraft. This is the image of the so-called 3-eye atlas, raising new questions, with Harvard professor Avi Loeb theorizing this Manhattan-sized space object could be emitting its own light. And if that's the case, it could indeed be alien technology. Adding to the mystery, 3-eye atlas also appearing to lack something all comets have in common: a tail. So what exactly could this be, and are we ready for it?
We'll say that with this video, it is for entertainment purposes only. Now, before we get into what Avi Loeb is actually saying is possible with this alien craft, we need to go back to the book of Genesis. The reason we need to do this is God told us that the last days before his return would mimic the days of Noah. It would be exactly like it was in the days of Noah. And unfortunately, a lot of people do not understand what exactly happened in the days of Noah before the flood. Genesis 6:4, the Nephilim were on the earth in those days before the flood, and also afterward, when the sons of God, the fallen angels, went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. Now, there are a lot of people that refuse to believe that the sons of God is referring to angels. This is from the book of Job. Now, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them. This is the same verse, but a different version. One day the angels came to present themselves before the Lord. This is how the giants were born. This is how the demonic hybrids started. This is how transhumanism started in the days of Noah. These were not just ordinary men. These were not just regular human beings. Regular, ordinary men sleeping with regular, ordinary women does not produce giants. I'll go one step further and show you from the book of Jude. It says, and the angels who did not keep their proper domain but left their own abode. Here it is, as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities around them in a similar manner to these, having given themselves over to sexual immorality and gone after strange flesh. And we know what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah when Lot brought the angel into the city. The people wanted to have sex with the angel. Greek of this verse up here not only tells us that they left heaven, but that they also took on another form. They left their angelic, heavenly, God-given form to mate with humans. Same term is used in 2 Corinthians, and it's literally referring to a heavenly body. For in this tent, in this flesh, we groan, longing to be clothed with our heavenly dwelling, with our heavenly God-given body. And the angels who did not stay within their own domain, within heaven, but abandoned their proper dwelling. They abandoned their heavenly body. Now, I needed to put emphasis on that, not only because people just refuse to see what the Bible clearly is telling them, but that is how we got these freaks. This is the Anunnaki, which is the lowercase g gods that were worshipped by ancient civilizations such as the Sumerians and the Babylonians. These are the descendants, these are the offspring of the fallen angels, and it is not a coincidence that we see these characters across every single ancient civilization. The Anunnaki are the same entities as the Egyptian gods, as the Greek gods, and as the Roman gods. They are all the offspring of the fallen angels. So just one example, the Egyptian god Anubis is the Greek god Hades. And I want to bring this one up because when we're in Revelation, I believe it's the 4th seal, the rider on the pale horse, which is death, and it says Hades is following him. They're both riding horses. Now, I did a video with Nathan Reynolds who said that it's possibility that Anubis is the false prophet. And I think that's interesting because the 1st seal, the rider on the white horse, is an actual person. That's the Antichrist. So I think, in my own personal opinion, that it is a possibility that the 4th seal is the arrival of more of these entities. It is these same entities that people in our government worship. It is these same entities that people in our government, who a lot of you think are Christian, are trying to usher in. Avi Loeb, in reference to Atlas, said it could be aliens, that a global international organization needs to be set up, and that it could be the Messiah coming to inaugurate an era of peace for all humanity. My personal belief is that the Messiah will arrive not necessarily from Brooklyn, as some Orthodox Jews believe, but rather from outer space. I do believe that the Antichrist will be one of these gods that was worshipped from before the flood.
What do y'all think about her take, her interpretation of the biblical text there? I think she on to something. I think she might be on to something. Keep moving here, y'all.
Are y'all seeing what's happening at Burning Man and also Arizona? Idols are being burnt down. This gets deep because Burning Man is quite literally going back to human size. Look at this massive dust storm that's hitting Arizona and obviously Burning Man in Nevada. Now let me ask you this, is there any possible coincidence to the fact that this is happening to Burning Man, but also Tomorrowland also burnt down a few months ago? Now this video is not about Tomorrowland. You can go back and watch the video I did on this, showing y'all just how demonic it is, what's in their stage, and also what's coming out the smoke. And fast forward to now, we're having a huge dust storm at Burning Man. Also, I believe 2 years ago, there was another massive storm where people were stranded and could not even leave. I wonder why all this chaotic stuff happens to Burning Man. I'm about to show you how Burning Man is an idol. Not just an idol.
Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. The guys are like screaming outside. Covered. Things are flying around. It sounds like a zombie apocalypse.
So y'all are basically saying it sounds chaotic, right? I'd like y'all to meet the Wicker Man. The ancient Celtics would gather people together and even go as far as to charge people with false crimes so they could burn them alive in a stick figure, always aimed to look like a man. And they would appease their gods with the people they chose or charged with false crimes, and they would burn them and sacrifice. Yes, Pig Latin. Human sacrifice. Oh, also animals were included in the humans in the Wicker Man. And this right here is exactly what Burning Man's based on. Crazy, right? Also, they're very near to the ley line where Crowley was summoning demons. You know, the Babylon working to the Moonchild ritual. All these festivals are nothing more than pagan, occultic rituals. What do you think about this? Have you been to any pagan occultic rituals? Let me know in the comments. I remember my dad telling me about Ozfest back in the 90s, and he saw literal demons, real demons walking around in the crowds. And I'd be willing to bet that me as well as y'all have some similar stories. Let's hear them.
Am I not mistaken? Didn't Burning Man get mud flooded basically last year? Like torrential rains, and then turned it into just a big, huge mud pit, quicksand, nasty, germ-infested, bacteria-ridden event. And they were all stuck there, couldn't get out for like a week or something like that. Seems like God don't want nobody doing no Burning Man. It's crazy. When I was younger, I used to always want to go to Burning Man. And lots and lots of friends go there. Glad I never got into it. Glad I never made it, actually, to get into
Trump just had a press conference from behind the Oval Office desk because he doesn't want anyone to see his Aunt Jemima ankles. And at this press conference, he said, if we burn the American flag, we are going to jail for an entire year. You can't get out early. It ain't none of that get out early free shit, okay? He's not giving you a pardon.
Unless you pay him.
He's not giving any pardons. You will absolutely spend a year in jail. So naturally, under this post where I saw this press conference, I wrote, Buddy is burning down the country, but we can't burn a flag? I went on to say, I'm going to burn a flag today just because. A lot of people didn't like that comment, a lot of people. But there's one person in particular that got my giggles going. It's the guy who contacted the White House and the FBI for me. You think I'm lying? I can't. This can't be real. Oh my God, these would be the same people that call somebody a snowflake. He contacted the FBI. You see that last name? You better stay under the radar, buddy, before ICE come get your ass. Don't let your lack of a sense of humor get you sent back to a country you don't know. Stop! Stop! I can't stop laughing. Come on, y'all. Y'all think I'm really gonna burn the flag? Waste money on a flag that don't mean nothing anymore.
Well, obviously, if it's not obvious, just in my background and my day-to-day life and who I am, I don't think burning the American flag is a very damn good thing. Now, with that being said, I think you should damn sure be able to burn the American flag if that's what you want to do, because freedom of speech and expression cannot be limited only to what you like and what you don't like. It has to be all the way around for it to work. So while I think it's completely disgraceful and pathetic to burn the American flag, and I think people that do that need to be slapped in the damn head, I also don't agree with you being able to arrest somebody for burning the American flag, because hey, free speech is free speech. It can't be half-ass. It's gotta be free or it ain't free. Now, that's all I got to say about that. We just gonna step up off of that real quick.
They just deployed the National Guard in 19 different states. They're trying to duplicate what just happened in DC. Now they're deploying these National Guard members to help ICE and to fight crime. So all the YNs with ARPs, Glocks with switches, I highly advise y'all to stay in the crib, find new hobbies. My boy Donald ain't bullshitting. In places like Louisiana, Chicago, Baltimore, places that's known for violence, there now will be troops coming through the hood just like they did in DC. And they saying that they could be deployed sometime this week. Once again, look what happened in DC once they was deployed. Look at how they was raiding the blocks in DC. Now they saying that the DC blocks is clean. And to be honest with y'all, me personally, so many people has died from gun violence, bro. I'm not 100% against what he doing. Like, think about it, bro. We can't even go to parties no more without him getting shot up. Even pulling up to corner stores in certain areas, you feel like there's somebody gonna rob you. But then again, it could be a cover-up for something bigger. But once again, if you are in these states and you are in the streets, I highly advise y'all to keep a low profile. Mr. Donald is not playing. But y'all let me know in the comments though, do y'all agree with them deploying the National Guard to fight crime? Or do y'all think that they've been deployed for another reason? Let me know in the comment section.
On this subject matter, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Not one little bit. I don't think normalizing military troops, boots on the ground within our cities, in our day-to-day life, is going in the right direction. As much as I despise all the crime and stuff in these almost all blue states generally, the extreme crime, law enforcement needs to be taking care of that. It just needs to be less corruption and more law enforcement the way law enforcement was intended to be. But going and throwing troops everywhere, I don't like it. I don't like where that's headed. I don't like where that's headed at all. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know. I'm all about law and order, proper law and order. But there's nothing proper about the way we're governed. It's all about power, control, manipulation, fear, money. It's terrible.
Hey, what's up, America? It's too difficult to live in the United States now. I'm 100% serious. It is too difficult to live here, and corporations and the government are demanding too much of their citizens. period. Average house price is $500,000. Average living and comfort zone is $121,000 a year. If you exclude the top 3,000 earners in America, the average person makes $37,000 a year. Food prices haven't come down a single penny. I don't know if you've noticed that, nor have gas prices really. I'm gonna keep saying this until something goes right. The people don't make enough money, you can't work enough hours, and the cost is too high. No matter what it is on every single thing here in America, across the board, 100%. Unless 36-hour days start to become a norm, there is no way to make ends meet for a long extended period of time here. It's too difficult. I mean, that's the video. I don't know what to tell you. You know it's true. Companies keep raising prices. You're not making enough. And even if they gave you more money, companies would just raise the price more. The value of the dollar is too low. Homes are too expensive. Cars are too expensive. Gas is too expensive. And I don't mean it from like a person that's getting older and, oh, prices are going up. No, I mean a 100% price increase in a house in fucking 5 years is too much. Food still being double is too much. Everything still being double, you're fucking us to death. The burden that this government and these corporations have bestowed upon the people of America is crushing to the point where you will never get ahead or own shit here. So I'm calling for the general population here in America to either go on a general boycott of most products except for necessities to live, and I'd like to see a nationwide strike. When was the last time the United States did that? Yeah, the answer is fucking never. I would like to see just a nationwide strike. Fuck you. No more, we're done. It's too difficult. It's too much effort to live.
No lies detected. What do y'all think about that? That rant seemed to be right on the money. Right on the money.
What if I told you that those creatures from Greek mythology were actually real? They existed. Men with horse bodies, dog heads, goat legs. They weren't just symbols in a story. They were the physical result of ancient corruption. These beings were hybrids, half human, half beast, created through fallen angel technology in the days of Noah. And what if this is what the AC actually is? Believers could be fooled because these beings have knowledge. They are ancient. And when they return, it will seem so divine. They're going to say, we were abducted by aliens. That's how they're going to explain all of this when the unexplainable happens. When millions vanish, when hybrids walk the earth, when fallen angels return in physical form. They'll say that they've been watching us, guiding our evolution. They'll say, we're your creators. We are your saviors. And sadly, people will believe it. Even some believers will fall for it, potentially, because the deception will be that good. The Bible says that the AC will come with lying signs and wonders, not just political lies, supernatural ones. And think about it. What kind of deception could be so convincing, so mind-blowing, that even people who love God start questioning? It would have to challenge everything we've believed about God, creation, angels, and heaven. Now imagine this. A man shows up claiming to be an alien savior. He brings peace. He brings miracles. He explains the rapture as a cleansing event to remove those who were blocking evolution. He unites the world. And you know what's funny? Captain Brainchip has literally been saying he was an alien forever. And a lot of people think he's kidding, but I don't know about that. People laugh it off, but he's always told us what he is. Now, I don't know if it'll exactly play out like this, but if it did, it would absolutely make sense. It fits the patterns, it matches the prophecies, and it lines up with what's already been happening around us. But here's another reason that this deception could work. Because most people don't actually read the Bible. And even if they do, they don't read deep enough to see what's hidden in plain.
All I'm saying is, she better be wearing some contacts, or she not exactly human herself. You got real Real lizard vibes going on there.
You were never supposed to have a lawn in front of your house. Did you know that? Well, here's why they made you. Think about it. Before lawns, most front yards grew food, fruit trees, vegetables, herbs. But in the late 1800s, elites in Europe, wealthy elites in Europe, I'll say, made grass lawns a status symbol. It meant you had so much money, you didn't need your land to feed you. Now that's a flex, okay? So America copied this trend. Cities encouraged it. Developers, they built it into our neighborhood designs. And eventually, HOAs, local lawns started banning front yards altogether. So now lawns look clean, but they replaced something essential, right? Our daily connection to food. They made us more dependent on grocery stores, supply chains, and the very systems that profit from our hunger. Now, a nice patch of grass, it looks nice, right? It looks nice. But a patch of food keeps you alive. One builds status, the other builds freedom. And if lawns had never been pushed on us, our neighborhoods would be filled with edible gardens, fruit, nuts, seeds, native wildflowers, small community orchards. Every block would feed its people. What hunger? Every yard would be a little ecosystem, nourishing, abundant, and free. But instead we have this. So if you're ready to live, to build a new conscious world, follow 4 steps to reclaim the food and the freedom we lost.
Facts, y'all. Straight facts.
Man, it's all programming. Now you need to listen here, okay? All right, this no cash bail, Nakash, no cash. Nakash is serpent in Hebrew. And Nakash, bail, B-A-A-L. Listen, y'all don't realize how big this deal is. First, it's programming. Then, they're about to go to a digital system, cashless system. All right, people that's got $100,000, $200,000 in the bank, you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade unless you take the mark. And listen, if you don't, you're going to get thrown in jail with a no cash bail. And the only way that you'll get out of jail is by taking the mark. And y'all better get ready for what's coming. Y'all don't think that this isn't about, this is for the good of the people, we the people, or whatever. No, it's a 100% setup, all right? And really, only the spiritually dead won't get it, or the very spiritually dull. I mean, really, it doesn't even take the spirit to see that. I mean, a blind man can see that. And listen, y'all don't take heed. You deserve everything that's coming to you because you're walking into it eyes wide open.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. A cashless system is absolutely terrifying. That is ultimate control, which is what's going to happen, which is the idea of it. But zero control. You will have no control because you won't even be able to reach in your pocket and pull out some cash to pay for something. It's all going to be automated or digitized. Terrifying.
We've all heard it. If you give people help, the lazy ones will take advantage of the system. That's a scare tactic crafted by think tanks. Because here's the truth. The greedy ones already do take advantage of the system. It's not the guy buying groceries with EBT, it's corporations on Wall Street. 2018, Amazon posted $1.2 billion in profit. They paid zero federal corporate tax, and they got a $129 million refund. Nike, $2.9 billion in profit, zero in taxes, $109 million refund. FedEx, $1.2 billion in profit, zero in taxes. It's done with loopholes, shifting profits to tax havens like Ireland or the Cayman Islands, stock buybacks instead of increasing workers' wages, writing off private jets as business expenses. an accelerated depreciation that lets them deduct the cost of equipment years before it's even worn out. Then there's Big Oil, Chevron, Exxon pocketing billions in subsidies every year while recording record profits and poisoning the world. Or Boeing, which dodges taxes and gets massive government contracts paid for by you. And the wildest part, these companies still rely on the same public services they refuse to fund: roads, ports, courts, police, and an educated workforce. And then you're trained to get online and rage about a single mom on food stamps. Meanwhile, the real welfare recipients wear $2,000 suits, run Fortune 500 companies, and call senators by their first name. You pay roughly $36 a year in taxes for SNAP. You pay over $500 for corporate tax breaks. The system isn't being abused from the bottom up, it's being drained from the top. And the people telling you to blame the poor, they're working for the rich.
Broke, lazy people will absolutely game the system. Absolutely, 100% without a doubt. But the elites just game the system better. Everybody gaming everybody. But don't let that little message go too far and act like everybody running around here on EBT and shit ain't out here gaming the system. You know, some people really do need it. But like I said, I've been broke with nothing many a times in my life. And not once have I ever put my hand out. Not once have I ever applied for some food stamps or some cash assistance or anything, because I was always capable and knew that as long as I kept grinding, I'd get my ass up out of that situation. Now, 80% of the other people that are on that kind of stuff can do the same thing for themselves. They just don't want to. They game the system. There are those few that can't. That's understandable. That's supposed to be what that part of the system is for. But the elites, duh, we know they game the system and they do drain everything from all of us. But let's not act like I ain't giving all these broke people a pass out here either. I'm broke too, but I'm still broke. And right now, as we speak, I'm on my little hour and 45-minute break between me running my business all day long just so I can get in here and get this video out that I stay up late at night the night before putting together and then come and do the reaction to it each day. That's grinding. All right, that's grinding. I ain't making no money on none of this stuff. Not yet. I'm way too far away for that, but I'm pushing toward it. I'm not gaming the system. I'm trying to do what I got to do to rise up out of this mess that I'm in financially. But I ain't gonna be asking for shit. Excuse my French, y'all. Let's keep it going. Lazy people get on my nerves.
I have just gotten a legal complaint from Roblox. I'm not even joking. They have sent a cease and desist letter to me, and they've gone ahead and banned every account I own. And you might be wondering, what heinous crime did you commit to possibly deserve that? Well, what I did was get predators arrested on their platform. Actually, 6 of them. I got 6 predators arrested within the Roblox community. Some of them, the crimes are so heinous, I can't even say here on TikTok or wherever this is going. And the thing that's crazy about it is that Roblox has taken a more firm action against me, a person getting these people arrested, a person that law enforcement has made public statements saying that they are glad when people like me go ahead and give them information so that they can arrest these people. Roblox has sent me the cease and desist letter, not these predators. That is absolutely insane. And the other thing that's crazy about this is Roblox itself. It is a predator haven. There are games on Roblox like XYZ Public Bathroom Simulator. It has about 7 million visits, and the whole premise of the game is showering together with kids. That is the whole game. If you join it, you're going to see predators, you're going to see naked avatars, you're going to see people peeing and all this sort of weird stuff. If I was a parent and I saw that, I would be outraged. I would be totally outraged. And parents aren't aware of this, and it's so sad. I get emails from kids daily about all the horrible stuff that they're exposed to. I get emails from parents talking about what their kids were exposed to. And there are so many predators on this platform. It is actually unreal. So it's quite crazy to see Roblox go after me, a person trying to get predators arrested off of their platform, than the predators. Why? I don't get it. I don't understand.
I get it. I understand. Roblox, Wayfair, whatever. There's a reason why these companies can do what they do and push back on things being brought to light rather than being grateful for that and helping to make those kind of changes, because clearly that's the intention. That's what they want. The things you're trying to change. I mean, you have to be a idiot not to see that. But yet, there are a lot of idiots out here, y'all. I'm talking a lot of idiots out here. A lot of people with their blinders on like they a horse in a race. Just refuse to see what's going on around them. Thinking the world is not evil like it is. It's evil. These people are sick out here. And they're well-funded sickness.
I've never taken money from the Israel lobby. Have you?
Taken money from the Israel...
From AIPAC.
So AIPAC raises a lot of money for me, but it's actually a misnomer because the people who raise money are individuals. Right. So it's not the PAC itself, but they're individual members who believe in the American-Israeli friendship and relationship.
Is AIPAC a foreign lobby?
No, it's an American lobby. It's the AIPAC stands for the America-Israeli Political Action Committee.
What does it lobby for?
So, to be honest, not a whole lot effectively. Listen, I came into Congress 13 years ago with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate.
Great.
And I've worked every day to do that. AIPAC, a lot of times, AIPAC, I wish were much more effective. Like, there are folks online who are in the fever swamp of terrified of AIPAC, and AIPAC...
I'm not terrified of AIPAC at all. You're the one who seems a little uncomfortable when I'm asking.
No, not uncomfortable at all.
I'm just asking what AIPAC does. My understanding, having known a lot of people who work at AIPAC, is that it lobbies on behalf of the Israeli government.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's
when was the last time AIPAC took a position that deviated from Prime Minister Netanyahu?
All the time.
Name one.
Okay. Let me go back and give a little history. If you want to do a deep dive on AIPAC...
I don't. I want to do a shallow dive that gets...
No.
I want to get to the core question. AIPAC is lobbying for a foreign government. And I don't... It's not.
No.
It's lobbying for the United States?
It is lobbying for a strong U.S.-Israeli relationship.
Okay. So it's not has nothing to do with the foreign government?
It wants America and Israel to be closely allied.
Okay.
Now, look me in my eyes and tell me what government is really running what government. I love Tucker Carlson, man. One of the very, very, very few people in the public eye that always comes correct, telling the truth, regardless of what you think. You know, with so many people... You know, the smear campaigns against Tucker so cold, boy, it'd be hard. Just like the smear campaigns against Candace Owen. Hard. You know, they go hard in the paint on the ones that's out there really trying to tell the truth, man. It's hard being a truth seeker out here in a world full of lies.
I want to show you something, and because I know what you're thinking. I know what you're probably thinking right now. You're thinking, oh, sure, Rick Sanchez, of course. What you're probably talking about is one of those obscure state laws, like the one they have in Alaska that says if you accidentally kill a moose, you have to eat it. That's actually a law in Alaska, by the way.
Yeah.
There's one in Georgia that says it's illegal to sleep on a boat for more than 30 days. True. No, we're not talking about an obscure law. What we're talking about is an Israeli loyalty oath law that is becoming so common in the United States, it's now pervasive. Take a look at the map. You see the red states? See all of those red states? 26 states have enacted this loyalty oath legislation.
Crazy, man.
And let me show you the other one, the navy blue ones. The blue ones you see there? That's where this law is now pending. So 26 acted on, passed, 13 pending, only 11 states, the light blue ones you see there? The baby blue or the light blue, those are the ones where you can boycott Israel and, you know, criticize Israel if you want. Again, look, it bears repeating. There is no such law keeping you from denouncing or boycotting the United States of America.
Message.
Or even advocating causes that harm the U.S. economically.
Freedom, right?
But there are laws from doing that against Israel.
A foreign government? How did we get here? And you're going to say that this isn't fascism. If you go to China, right, and boycott the CCP, you will be arrested. If you go to Russia and boycott their presidency, you will be arrested, killed. If you go to North Korea and boycott their government, you know. But if you come to America and boycott a foreign government, you can boycott America, but not a foreign government. You'll go to jail and get fired. Won't be able to get a loan on your house. You're telling me America's in control? Or is it? Or is it fascism at its finest? You voted for it. The permanent gaslight.
The writing is on the wall, on a bright white wall and thick, bold black writing. Yeah. Who's pulling the strings? Have no idea. Couldn't figure this one out at all. I had to. Just listen to Ted
This is
Cruz.
crazy. A former Bush official claims that the United States spent $21 trillion building a secret underground city. Her name is Catherine Austin Fitts, and she formerly served as Bush's Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. He says that the United States government built this in secret in case of a near extinction event for the rich and powerful. She claims that this isn't just some underground tunnel, but that this is a massive underground city across the United States with over 170 bases. She even says some are under the ocean and that they are all connected with transportation. She started researching this in 2020 and says that on her website, missingmoney.com, you can go and look at the actual government financials and make a decision whether or not this is true for yourself. Now, there have been theories about this for decades. So are we finally getting the proof? As always, let me know what you think about all of this.
Rob us through our tax dollars to build their survival, their safety on our backs. When we the many gonna open our eyes and stand up to this kind of stuff, man? Now I say that, but I don't know what stand up to this kind of stuff means. I mean, aside of, like what we doing, just trying to talk about it and put the acknowledgement out there, but that talk only does so much. I mean, I don't really have a clue where to begin really pushing that kind of change, because you can't use the system to change the system from within the system. I just don't see that being probable. How's that gonna work? How are we gonna use their rules to fix their own rules that are broken? I don't know. Am I crazy? I don't know. I'm not advocating for anything. I don't know what to do. We just need to do it. And y'all know it's that time of the night where it's about time for those curtains to this show to close. But I'm not going to let you leave this house in anything less than a smile. Come in with a smile, leave with a smile. That's how it's got to be. So before we get up out of here, let's go ahead and get us some laughs in. What y'all think? Let's go.
I joined a dating site for people my age called Carbon Dating. I asked a woman on the site for her number. She told me it was 140/95. The great thing about dating a woman my own age, I don't worry about meeting her parents. I've become clumsy in my old age. Anybody ever drop their phone in the toilet? There you go. I did, and after I did, I put my phone in a bag of rice. Anybody ever drop a bag of rice in the toilet? I took a quiz on Facebook called What's Your Spirit Animal? I got extinct. I had a colonoscopy, and when it was over, they said, we'll see you in 10 years. And I thought, the f*** you will. I'm a gamer. Do we have any gamers? What's your game? Rocket League. Tic-tac-toe. sometimes till 7 o'clock at night. Walking can be difficult for me at times. I do worry about tripping and falling, so I wear a helmet. I also worry about looking ridiculous, so I carry a skateboard. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I can now ride the city buses of Houston for free, which is great news for the women of Houston. I can be anywhere in 4.5 hours. I went to the doctor because I thought I had arthritis. I don't. I have early onset rigor mortis. A friend asked me if I wanted to participate in the Adopt a Grandparent program. I said, sure. Now I have a 95-year-old man on my hands. I'd love to be a grandfather, but I don't even have children. I need to get busy. Ladies, if you're ever in Houston, I can be anywhere in 4.5 hours. I am 74 years old. Life expectancy for men is 76 years. Life expectancy for women is 81 years. I figure if I transition...
Oh, that was great, y'all. I don't care who you is. That's how you go to the end of your days with a bang right there. That dude had me rolling. But don't forget, y'all, this is just a world that's a big old stage full of actors. I love y'all. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Kingdom last year when it was leaked to the media.